Hey gang, Jason Emmett here from the Movie Mix, and I got to go see Red 1 a little early, so I thought I would do a review, whether you should go see it, what to expect from it, all of that. Now, I'm going to be honest, I didn't have the highest of expectations going into this film. It's not that I had low expectations, I just really didn't have any expectations. I'd seen a couple of trailers, I'd heard a few people say it looked cheesy. And here's the thing, it's a Christmas movie, so yes, it is a little cheesy in spots, but it was also a ton of fun. I actually really enjoyed this film. I got to go with a couple of friends, and we all walked out kind of agreeing it was a fun movie overall. So let's start by talking about the cast. I'm sure you've seen all the previews. We have Dwayne Johnson as Callum Drift, Chris Evans as Jack O'Malley. We have Kiernan Shipka. She actually plays the bad guy in this, and at first I really didn't know if that was going to work, but it did end up working for me fairly well. And of course, we have J.K. Simmons playing Jolly St. Nick. Now, there are some other cast members in this. I don't really want to spoil some of that because there were some pseudo surprises that did pop up throughout the movie. I mean, they weren't like major surprises, but they were a lot of fun, and I really appreciated them. So I don't really want to spoil too much else as far as actors go. I will say this, the cast all played extremely well off of one another. I thought Dwayne Johnson and Chris Evans made a fun team. I really believed the friendship between Dwayne Johnson and J.K. Simmons in the movie, so it really worked for me. The cast did a really good job of keeping this film together. The other thing I want to say about this is the humor. The humor landed really well with me. This was an adult-oriented kids movie. So what I mean by that is there were a few cuss words. There was a lot of action and a lot of humor, and some of it was geared towards adults. So I think this is a good, fun, kind of family Christmas film that really lands. Like, you could sit down and watch this, and everybody would probably thoroughly enjoy it because it's an action movie, first and foremost, with a Christmas backdrop. The humor in it just really satisfied. We were laughing in the theater. I heard a lot of people laughing in the theater. So, the jokes were funny. They landed really well. I did mention the action. I thought the action in this movie was solid. The special effects were decent. There were a few spots, because that's just the way it goes these days. But we are talking about, again, a film with a Christmas backdrop. So some of the special effects were a little cheesy, but again, they worked for the film. I think if you tied it all together, it was okay. There was nothing that just took me out at any point. But the action in this was a lot of fun, and it really worked. It was over the top, but that was okay. Because, again, you're watching a kind of fantasy action film. And so to have the action go a little over the top, it was fine. We said this was a Christmas movie. This is a Christmas movie. There was a message, and the overall message of the movie, especially in today's current climate, I actually really appreciated it. Yes, it is a cheesy Christmas message. Yes, you get that, Christmas spirit thing going. But I really appreciated it. I think to sit down and watch a movie where there was a message of kind of hope and encouragement, we just don't get that very much anymore. So while it was a little heavy-handed in spots, I actually kind of appreciated it. And I did walk out feeling good. So Christmas message received, I suppose. So the plot of this movie is as such. In case you missed it, we have J.K. Simmons plays Santa Claus, and Dwayne Johnson is sort of his, not his bodyguard, he's sort of in charge of all the bodyguard type stuff, like an operations guy. Chris Evans plays this kind of skeptical guy that over the years has learned to, as he puts it, he can find anyone and find anything. He gets hired to find something. He doesn't really know what it is, but he finds it, and because of that, these people kidnap Santa Claus, and he is then forced to team up with Dwayne Johnson to get him back before Christmas is ruined. That's the basics of it, but it gets a lot more fun than that. For me, the plot made sense. Like, everything flowed okay. They found a fun way to integrate the kind of mythology of Christmas and different Christmas mythologies into the modern day. It was a really fresh take on the genre, and again, really silly, goofy, cheesy fun. But if you know that's what you're going into this to see, I think you're going to enjoy it. The fight scenes, the action scenes were well put together, and I think you're going to have a lot of fun with that. Yes, this was a Christmas movie, but it was also an action buddy comedy. So tie those things together. I mean, it doesn't seem like it would make sense, but it kind of does make sense if you kind of tie those things together. I really enjoyed the arc of this movie overall. There were moments, especially towards the end, that for some reason, I can't necessarily say why, but they reminded me of Ghostbusters, especially the climax scene of the movie, the big climactic finale, as we're going to call it. I wouldn't say it's Ghostbusters humor. It's definitely a little more family friendly than, say, the original Ghostbusters film was. Maybe a little more Ghostbusters. I don't really know. Maybe a little more Ghostbusters too. But there was something about this for some reason that did give me a vibe, like a Ghostbusters vibe. The arc in the story, the overall way the whole film played out, I thoroughly enjoyed it. All right, so with all of that being said, I'm not going to rate this film. I'm not going to spoil this film in any sort of way. I don't want you to go in thinking you're going to walk out and see like the best movie you've ever seen. But if you go in knowing you're watching a cheesy Christmas action buddy comedy, which is what it is, and that's what you're expecting, I think you're going to have a lot of fun with this. I can tell you kids will probably enjoy this a lot. And like I said, this is a movie where you can sit down with your family, go to the theater, grab some popcorn. You're probably all going to walk out having a good time if that's what you're expecting. So I'm sure that the critics are going to pounce all over this. Maybe not. Maybe. We'll see. Maybe they'll like it. But, as far as audience goes, everyone in the theater with me, and it was a crowded theater, they seemed to have a good time walking out. So go in expecting a dumb action comedy, and you're probably not going to be let down. Red One, I recommend it. It was a good movie. Hey, guys, that's it for this time around. Please go down, hit comment. Let me know if you're interested in seeing Red One or not. Let me know if you've seen it and what you thought about it. Please share this video. Please give us a thumbs up. And most importantly, please hit that subscribe button. Guys, Christmas season is right around the corner. It's time to pull out all your favorite Christmas movies. One of my favorites is Scrooged, so I might be watching that again here in a couple of weeks. You guys watch your favorite. Let me know what it is. And until next time, stay awesome.